Welcome to the Beacon Leadership and Culture Podcast. I'm Dr. Benjamin Clinton. This podcast is about exploring what it means to live and lead with purpose, to think strategically, act with courage, and build cultures where people thrive. Whether you're a school leader, a business owner, or someone passionate about growth, I'm glad you're here. I started this podcast because leadership isn't a title, it's influence. It's what happens when people decide to show up, serve others, and grow ourselves in the process. For me, that journey began in education. I've been a teacher, a principal, a district leader, and now through Beacon Administrative Consulting, a coach and consultant, helping leaders think clearly, build stronger teams, and make better decisions. But before any of that, I was a kid on a football field, learning what leadership looked like in real life. At the end of my junior year in high school, we had a new head coach, Coach Jim Hite. We were just a bunch of teenage boys trying to win football games, but Coach Hite gave us more than plays and drills. He gave us 5 simple rules. They were short enough to remember, but powerful enough to shape how we played and how we lived. Hustle. Show courage. Know your assignment. Care about winning. Be loyal. Those rules stuck with me. Years later, I realized they weren't just about football. They were about leadership. Because no matter what field you're on, a football field, a classroom, a boardroom, the principles are the same. Do the work. Face fear with courage. Know your purpose. Strive for excellence and be loyal to your team. Coach Hyde probably didn't know it back then, but those 5 rules would become a foundation for my career. They became part of my core belief about what leadership really is. And that's where today's topic comes from, because when you live by values like those, you don't just play the game, you carry a torch for others to follow. Years ago, I was a new football coach, and one of the older guys pulled me to the side and told me, they may not remember every play, but they will remember how you made them feel. At the time, I didn't think much of it, but looking back, I realized he was right. We all carry a torch, sometimes without realizing it. It's the influence we have on others, the example we set, and the standard we hold for ourselves. Maybe you're a principal leading a campus through change. Maybe you're a small business owner trying to grow a team. Maybe you're a parent balancing work and life, showing your kids what perseverance looks like. Whoever you are, someone is watching how you carry your torch. When I look back on my own leadership journey, the people who shaped me most weren't always the loudest or most experienced. They were steady. They cared. They showed up. Those lessons about hustle, courage, preparation, and loyalty still guide how I lead today. And I think about how often leaders underestimate their impact. You may feel unseen or that your work doesn't always get noticed. But the truth is, your example is planting seeds you may never see grow. That's leadership. Not the kind that comes with titles or applause, the kind that lasts. If you want your influence to count, focus on 3 things. Be intentional. Your actions shape culture more than any slogan ever will, more than any poster on the wall. Be consistent. People trust what they see repeatedly, not what they hear occasionally. Trust is about doing what you said you would do. Be present. Sometimes leadership looks like being the calm voice in the storm, or the first one to show up when things get hard. These are the small things that light the way for others. John Maxwell teaches what he calls the law of influence. He says, leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. That means leadership isn't about position or authority. It's about the ability to move people, to shape thinking, inspire action, and build trust. I've seen people with no formal title become the most influential voices in the room, simply because of how they carried themselves, how they treated others, how consistent they are when no one was watching. Influence begins long before a decision is made or a policy is written. It starts in the quiet moments, the hallway conversations, the way you handle pressure, the tone you set when things go wrong. That's where credibility is built. And credibility is the foundation of influence. We follow people not because they demand it, but because we believe in them. We trust them. We see something in them worth following. Every leader carries a torch, but influence determines whether anyone follows the light. Maxwell says people buy into the leader before they buy into the vision. And I've found that to be true in every role I've ever held. When people know your heart, when they know you care and you're consistent, they'll go with you through the hard seasons, not just the easy ones. So if you want to grow your influence, focus on earning trust, not chasing titles. Influence isn't given. It's built one relationship, one decision, and one example at a time. That's the true essence of leadership and the light that helps others find their way forward. Thank you for joining me for this first episode of the Beacon Leadership and Culture Podcast. If this message resonated with you, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could use a little encouragement today. You can also visit beacon345.com to see what we're all about at Beacon Administrative Consulting, explore more leadership resources, or connect with me directly. Until next time, keep leading with clarity, purpose, and heart. And remember, the torch you carry has the power to light the way for someone else.